It's Thursday in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and it's been kind of an overcast day today. Nevertheless, it's been in the mid-50s, so we can't complain too much and consider all of the other places in the world. We're looking at Mark chapter 3. 4 scenes. Scene at the church, scene at the sea, scene in the mountains, and a scene at the house. We're seeing 4 messages. We're seeing the compassion, we're seeing the conquering, and we're seeing the calling, and we're seeing the correcting. Today we're on scene 3, so if you missed the first 2 scenes, you can go back and get those. Scene 3 is found in chapter 3, verses 13 and following, and it's on the mountain. Now, one of the things that I've always taught anybody that was serious about Bible study and really wanted to get the most out of the Bible, particularly the New Testament, and even more specifically the Gospels, I say to them to get a good study Bible to know where there are parallel passages. Now, what does that mean? It means that a story may be told in Matthew, but it's also told in Mark, Luke, or John. It may be told in 2 or 3 different places. And when you look at all 3 accounts, or 2 accounts, or 1 account that's duplicated in another gospel, you'll find very often that there's additional information that really helps you to understand or to expound on that particular incident or event. So today is a very good example of that, because you see in Mark, it doesn't tell us why Jesus went up on the mountain, and it doesn't tell us what he did there. But if you go over to Luke chapter 6 at verse 12, Luke 6:12, you'll find the same story, except it gives us additional information. It doesn't change the facts, but it does give us additional information. It says, Jesus withdrew from the multitudes, called those that he wanted to call to him, and it says he prayed all night. Now, I've heard a lot of preachers who did not look at the other accounts of the Gospels and preached that Jesus was praying to decide which of the men to choose as his inner circle of 12. I don't believe that's at all the case. I believe Jesus went up on the mountain and prayed all night to pray for the 12 that he already had in his heart that he wanted to call. Now, so let me say that again. I believe that Jesus went up and prayed all night for the 12 that he already had on his heart and who he wanted to call. You may not agree with that, but I believe that he did. I believe that he knew the men's hearts before he ever went up. And I believe he knew what they were going to have to go through to follow him. And I believe he prayed for them. And it's the calling of the 12. That's what we see in Mark. We see that he appointed the 12. If you look at Luke chapter 6, verses 12 and following, you'll find that additional information, which you may then start to agree with me, that he went up and prayed for the 12 and what they would have to go through as his inner circle. You see, he cares for us in the church. He shows his compassion. He cares for us at the sea. He shows us that he can conquer even demons. He shows us that he cares for us on the mountain because he prays for us. Not that we always have to just pray for him, to him, but that he's praying for us, knowing what we're going to go through as his children. I think it's a wonderful thought, and I think it's consistent with the nature and character of God, that he prayed all night for those 12, knowing exactly what they were going to go through. And I believe that he prays for us, his children, and what we may have to go through. It's a wonderful thought, and I believe that it's accurate. And that's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a wonderful day.